that there are several members of the House, corporate Democrats specifically, who are willing to defeat the $3.5 trillion reconciliation bill if it includes a provision that allows Medicare to negotiate drug prices directly with pharmaceutical companies.
Mr. Gonzalez, how much did AbbVie spend on litigation and settlements from 2013 to 2018?
I don't have that number offhand. I won't be happy to give it to you.
Okay, $1.6 billion, $2.45 billion on R&D, $1.6 billion in litigation and settlements. What about marketing and advertising? How much does AbbVie spend on that?
Well, marketing and advertising, we spend about $4 billion a year.
Yep, 4.7, $1 billion. How about executive compensation, 2013 to 2018?
2013 to 2018, it's probably on average about $60 million a year.
Try 334 on for size. Now, how much did AbbVie spend on stock buybacks and stock buybacks and dividends to enrich your shareholders from 2013 to 2018?
It's a day full of extremely juicy data, people. What's up again? It's Jackson White, co-founder and chief of content at Politiscope. Thanks for tuning in today to TYT. Now, as we know, the biggest problem that we face in politics is big money, corporate dollars. Money in vast amounts that regular people simply can't compete with until relatively recently with, small dollar donation technology. However, overall, we just can't compete with the billions and the billions and the billions. We know that 50 years ago, 1/3 of the workforce was unionized, as opposed to today, 1/10 of it being unionized, much of that being due to corporate push. We know how the cost of living continuously rises. We know how the crooks who caused the 2008 worldwide financial crash, how none of them spent a day in jail. We're familiar with all the tactics that are pushed to squeeze the middle class dry so that the people at the top can continue to kick their feet up and buy more yachts and buy more properties. So today we're going to take a deeper dive into some of how the pharmaceutical industries benefit off of their donations to politicians, who they give them to, and what it means for all of us. So today we're taking a look inside Purdue Pharma's multi-million-dollar payouts to politicians and pill pushers. Buried among thousands of opioid litigation documents is a 44-page spreadsheet from the company detailing more than $115 million in disbursements to nearly 800 organizations, including medical societies, police associations, anti-drug campaigns, and political networks. The data, which runs from 2002 to early 2015, reveals that groups like Partnership for a Drug-Free America, Pharma, and the Patient Advocate Foundation took even more money after 2007. When Purdue executives were convicted of federal felonies for misleading regulators and physicians about OxyContin's dangers. So where exactly did the $115 million go? Well, $18.7 million went to various pain groups, $5.8 million to drug abuse prevention groups, ironically enough, $4.8 million to law enforcement, $22.9 million went to the most powerful lobbying group, Pharma. That was their single largest recipient, and that accounted for roughly 1/5 of their total donations. $12.5 went to other healthcare groups, $10 million to West Virginia settlement for lawsuits, $6.5 million went to other groups for their support, $4.2 million to cancer and hospice, $2.5 million to various political groups, and $27.9 million to other professional medical societies. It's great that we get to take a deep dive into how Purdue Pharma spent $115 million, lushing them out to various political organizations over time. However, this is a much bigger issue that we have to look at and understand that billions upon billions of dollars are lushed out every election cycle and in between that keep the people from getting what they want and need to live sustainable lives. And that goes back to what I say at the end of all of my videos. Let's make sure we get involved and stay involved.